Hello, my friend. Welcome to Sty Stories. Good to see you. Great. Okay, so today I am going to give you lots of ideas about how to practice speaking English when you are alone at home. Alone sounds like a film. Are you ready? Let's do it. Today, we're going to be looking at how to practice speaking English when you are alone at home. It's not so easy for many people, right? Because maybe you don't have any native English speakers in your city. Maybe there are no tourists that you can go and harass. Maybe there are no local groups where you can go and chat in English. Maybe you're not ready to go on Skype and try to find some random English person to chat with. Somebody you don't know. I mean, that can be quite hard, especially if you're a little bit shy like me. So what I want to do today is share with you lots of ideas about how you can practice speaking when you're on your own at home. Alone, right? Good. Now, if you do know me, you may be thinking, what's that strange orange block over there that wasn't there before? True, and it's this. It's my meditating mat. Sometimes I sit and meditate. Sometimes I don't sit on the wall. I'm just tidying up at the moment, so I couldn't find a place to put it. So right now, it's over there. Okay, the truth about speaking is that yes, you can watch videos, you can watch films, you can listen to podcasts. All of that is great. But at some point, you need to start speaking. You can speak on your own, but later you'll need to start interacting and practicing speaking with people, but that's not always easy to do. So right now, today, I'm going to focus on some really practical, simple activities you can do when you're on your own at home to start practicing speaking. So, the first technique is called speak into the mirror. This is really useful, but really simple, right? It's easy because you can do this first thing in the morning when you're brushing your teeth. Well, you can't speak and brush your teeth, but just before you brush your teeth and in the evening before going to bed when you wash your face. What do you mean you don't wash your face in the evening? Why not? My mother always told me, make sure you wash your face, clean behind your ears, wash your neck, scrub your neck. Yeah, wash your face before you go to bed. It takes all the dust and pollution off your face. Anyway, that's a great time that you can do it. And this is good because the key to learning and preparing is habit, right? And if you can attach your learning to an existing habit, like brushing your teeth or washing your face, then it makes it much easier. Now, I used to do this when I was learning Chinese. In the morning, after brushing my teeth, I would just have a few sentences talking about what I'm going to do today in the future, right? Speaking Chinese. So, today I'm going to go to the park. I need to go to the supermarket. I'm going to buy some vegetables. I'm meeting Jack at 7 o'clock. I might go to the cinema. All in the future. Brilliant. Then at the end of the day, you can talk about what you did or what you have done, right? Today, I went to the park. I played football. I went shopping. In the end, I've done a lot. It has been a good day, right? Past tense and present perfect as well. So you can see it's actually great to practice different tenses. It's a bit like writing your diary at the end of the day, which is also a great way to practice writing, but this is speaking in front of the mirror. It's nice. It's reflective learning in many ways. Okay, moving on. The next one I call collocation fun, right? Collocations are words that are often used together, like we talk about heavy rain. Heavy rain in English, we don't say big rain. Today, there's big rain. No, we say there is heavy rain. So, these are collocations. Collocation fun is where we're going to practice speaking using a very common teaching method, really based on the task-based approach to teaching. It's based on prepare, practice, present. So, we'll be preparing the words and the collocations, practicing sentences, and then presenting a whole talk. Now, the reason I suggest doing this in front of the mirror is that there are great benefits to talking to a mirror, right? First of all, mirrors don't answer back like young children or spouses. But apart from that, when you're speaking in the mirror, you can look at your mouth and see the kind of movements that you're making, which is great, right? It's useful for pronunciation. You can also check your body language. You may be surprised to see that you speak without ever moving your arms, or that you suddenly realize, I'm doing this all the time. That's fine, but being aware of your body language can be quite good. Also, you feel like you're talking to someone. Many people I know, and this happened to me, practiced for a long time with a book. When I went to speak to somebody in a foreign language, it was like a shock seeing this face in front of me. Oh my God! But practicing with the mirror gets you used to a face in front of you, so it does help. So let's look at prepare, practice, and present. Preparing. What I suggest you do here is take a topic. A recent topic we were studying in the live lessons was science. Get some collocations. You can use your course book if you want. You can get on the internet. You can check my channel videos and watch other content like I Learn English in Just 180 Days, How to Learn English, and others. Here, you have free video lessons. You can go through the free video lessons. There's a recent one on why can't you speak English? So you can just listen, right? Download the video. Yeah, we want to download that. Then find in there all the collocations. Look, you've got the notes here. You've got collocations, you've got idioms, you've got loads of stuff. What I would do is take maybe 6 or 7 collocations or idioms like exact science, it's not rocket science, to be on the same wavelength, and that's the preparation. That's step 1. Step 2 is in front of the mirror, just make a sentence with it, right? Exact science. Well, parenting, bringing up children, is not an exact science. Cooking is not an exact science. Frying an egg is not rocket science. It's quite easy. Then I'm just practicing sentences here. In the end, after practice, present. I take one of the old part 2 questions around science, maybe something like, describe an area of science you're interested in, and then start to talk about it for maybe a minute and try, if possible, to use some of these phrases and sentences. Right? So, you may say something like this. Describe an area of science you're interested in. Well, okay, I guess an area I'm interested in actually is cooking. I know it's not an exact science, but I guess it's a branch of science, a branch of food science maybe, right? And I'm interested in the science behind cooking. I think it's very interesting. I know with cooking, when you heat things, they change. When you mix different things like sugar and vinegar, you get different levels of acidity, and chemical reactions happen. So, I think it's really interesting. I think chefs and scientists are really on the same wavelength because they're trying to experiment and discover new things, whether it's cooking or new dishes, things like that. I know cooking isn't rocket science, but I am interested in how it works. So, yes, although it's not a hard science, I think it's an interesting area of science for me. So you can see what I'm doing here is not giving a perfect part 2 answer. I'm just trying to activate and practice some of these expressions that I've been learning. So that's it. It's great because preparing the collocations, practicing the sentences, and then presenting a talk is a tried and tested method. Do it in front of the mirror. It's great. You get everything. You get the contact with somebody, but you can see yourself. You can monitor yourself. It's effective. Collocation fun. Great. I want to go and do it. Sounds like so much fun. I'm going to do it again right now. I'll be back in a moment. Next up is practice with short audios. Now, I'm a big fan of extensive listening, right? Listening to podcasts and films, that's great. But when it comes to speaking, I think short audio is much better. They are bite-sized chunks. They're easy to use, and your concentration is shorter for shorter periods. You can work with, for example, recorded IELTS sample answers. Many websites have those. Not written, they must be recorded. You want to listen and then speak. There's a tool that I've talked about in the past to many of the students here. It's called LingQ, and I like it because it's full of short audio that you can use to help start speaking. It's free. I mean, there is a paid version, but you can get lots of stuff for free, which is great. Here, let me show you. We go into LingQ, log in, and we get these libraries. If I put in IELTS, there are quite a few of these. Look at these topics. All of these are recordings of IELTS answers. If I click on childhood memory, it has the audio. It's even got the text, but the key thing is the audio. The trick is this. Go and listen to it. First of all, play it a couple of times. If you don't understand it, don't worry. Move on to the next one. Find one that's your level and just listen. Here's what you do. Listen to the audio. Let's say it's 1 minute. Then you pause it, and now you speak. Try to give the same talk or presentation in your own words. You're going to repeat what you've heard and add your own ideas. It's about practicing fluency. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. This is called the shadowing technique, right? You listen and repeat. So you may listen and go, okay, childhood memories. Right. I remember one of my childhood memories was when I was 10 years old. I went to a theme park. It was amazing because there were so many rides. I remember the roller coaster. I was scared, but I loved it. Whatever it is, you repeat your own story after listening to the recording. The more you do that, the more natural it becomes. The more fluent you get, the better your speaking gets. So practice with short audio. Again, nice and easy. You can do it at home. Finally, let me talk about Q&A cards. It's a simple idea. Get yourself a set of cards. Small ones, big ones, whatever you like. Write down some questions and answers that you're interested in. I got these from one of my students, a really great idea. She wrote questions like, "What's your favorite book?" And on the back, write down the answer. You can ask the question, turn it over, and read the answer. But instead of reading, just speak. What you're doing is actually, you're going to test yourself. You write the question. Try to answer without turning over the card, right? So you may write, "What's your favorite book?" You speak. Okay, my favorite book is, I really like The Alchemist. It's a book by Paulo Coelho. It's a book about a boy who goes on a journey to find treasure. It's very inspirational. I find it a great book because it helps me understand the meaning of life and follow my dreams. After you speak, you turn the card, check if your answer is right, or just check the ideas. It's a nice way to practice. It can be questions or even topic sentences. You can write things like, talk about your favorite holiday destination, then you flip it over and speak. It's a great way to get practice. So, these are just a few ideas of how you can practice speaking when you're alone at home. There are many more, But the key thing is to just get started and keep doing it. Build it into your routine and make it a habit. That way, it becomes easier and more natural, and over time, you will see real improvement. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Leave your comments below. Tell me how you practice speaking at home. Let's share ideas and learn together. Thank you, friends.